أشراف مطلوب وطالبه لله أكرام من يمشي على قدم. العلم نور مبين يستضيء به أهل السعادات والجهال في الظلم.
By way of sudus. طيب. Let's start with who? The ab. The ab gets a sudus. Okay? Just because he gets a sudus, it doesn't mean he doesn't get anything else. He can also get the baqi, but that's something else. Like in the ab, for him to get 6, there has to be how many conditions? One condition, which is what? Wujud far'a warith. It has to be a child of the deceased for him to get a sudus. If it is a male, he gets a sudus. مثلا ab ibn. Khalas, the ab is going to get a sudus here. He doesn't get anything else. Right? However, if it's an ab and a bint, the bint gets what? Nisf. So you can say the father gets a sudus and the baqi, a sudus, plus baqi, the remainder. Or you can just say, khalas, I'm not going to give him sudus because I know it's the same thing. So I'm just going to put baqi. Is that understood? However you want to do it, it's exactly the same in terms of what the father's going to get. So these are the two scenarios. So with a son, he always sticks with a sudus. With a daughter, he gets a sudus and whatever is left. Sometimes there might be more people in there, the jadda for example, and so on. Akh li although they don't come into it if the ab is there. طيب. So the father, for him to get a sudus, how many conditions have to be met? 1. Okay. Let's do the jad now. The jad, how many conditions are there for him? 2. First is what? Wujud far' warith. Exactly the same as the father. Exactly the same as the father. And the second is what? The father himself. Adam wujud al-ab. Al-ab. If you were to say al-anzal minhu, is that correct? Adam wujud al-ab al-anzal minhu. Why not? That is correct. It's correct. Because he's an ab himself. The jadda is an ab himself. But they don't usually say that. Right. So for the jad to get a sudus, there has to be 2 conditions met. 2 conditions have been met. The first is that there can't be a child of the deceased. And that you've already studied. Where? With the ab. Here, the second condition that is new here is that there can't be a father. Inshallah, towards the end of the book, we're going to get to something which is called hajb, blocking. And that's when people block each other out. Like in here, you can take a taste of it, which is if you've got a jad here and ab. The ab gets all of the wealth because the jad is blocked. The jad is blocked by his own son. Because the deceased is who? Naam, the ibn of the father. So the father is higher than him. The father is closer to the deceased than the jad. So the jad gets it with how many conditions? 2. No father and naam. Is another person who gets sudus. What's our conditions? 2. Wujud far' warith and what? لحظة عدم الجمع من الإخوة. وجود جمع من الإخوة. وجود لحظة. On the مذكر that you have, I think it's corrected now. It's corrected now. Hold on. Who are we talking about? The other person. Nah. But you know, on one of the copies, one of the handouts that you had, it said عدم العمريتين, like, and that's wrong. عمريتين only applies with the ثلث الباقي, ثلثان, ثلث. So, but don't use any of the other notes anyway. Whatever notes you wrote, whatever things you wrote on the other notes, the previous notes, write them on your mudhakkar, or this book here that you have here. So if you've got any of the other copies, it says here, ألا تكون إحدى العمريتين. Like, that's wrong. Right. So how many conditions are there for the mother to inherit? 2. The first one is pretty easy anyway. You've studied it here and here. There's no child. لكن عدم الجمع من الإخوة, pay attention here. The إخوة could be أخ شقيق, أخ لأب, يعني 2 or 2, and أخ لأم. Any one of them. It could be, for example, you've got an and مثلا أخ شقيق, أخ شقيق. What does the mother get here? Why does she get sudus? Because there's 2 brothers here. Or it could be أخ لأب and أخ لأب. Again, what she gets, a sudus. Why? جمع من الإخوة. Or it could be أخ لأم and أخ لأم. Why does she get sudus here? جمع. طيب. Or it could be أخ شقيق and what? أخ لأب. أخ لأب. Pay attention to this surah. Here, what does she get? Sudus. Why? Because there's 2 of them. صح? But does this person even inherit? لا, he doesn't inherit. Although he doesn't inherit, he still managed to drag his mother down to a sudus. Take her away from thuluth to a sudus. Right. Also, it could be أخت شقيقة, أخ لأب. What does she get here? Sudus. Why? جمع من الإخوة. So if you pay attention to all of these surah that are being written here, they could be أخ شقيق more than أخ شقيق or أخ لأب or أخ لأم. Or they could be a mixture, male and female brothers. The most important thing is a sibling of the deceased, whether they be male or female. As long as there's 2 or more siblings of the deceased, take the mother down, drag her down to a sudus. واضح? Clear? طيب, who can give me a surah? You all seem tired today. What's the matter? Either, one second, either you're tired, all of you are tired, or you're bored and you're finding this easy. If you're finding it easy, I can go faster and then we'll finish the book quicker. Wallahi, up to you. It seems a bit boring for you. Just because it's easy. You find it easy, khalas, you still revise. طيب, give me a surah then. Listen, quickly. I'll give you a surah. And أخ شقيق, أخ شقيق. Here, she gets what? Sudus. Why does she get sudus? Because there's 2 brothers. خلاص, صح? طيب. Let's move on. Who are the other people that get sudus? Huh? جدة. جدة. One condition, عدم وجود الأم. عدم وجود الأم. There can't be an Surah Al-Mas'alah, Jadda and Bint. خلاص. What does the Jadda get here? Sudus. Why does she get Sudus? Because there's no With the Jadda, all you have to look for is one condition. Just look for a mother. look for an If you find an take the Jadda out. If you don't find an put the Jadda in and give her a Sudus. The Jadda doesn't have a higher rate and a lower rate. طيب, who else gets a Sudus? Bint Ibn. Like Bint Ibn, how many conditions? Adam Mu'assib. Adam al-Mu'assib, either her brother, Ibn, her brother, or her first cousin, her uncle's son. Like in the deceased is who in that case? The grandfather is the deceased. طيب, Adam al-Mu'assib, the second condition, وجود صاحبة وجود من يرث النصف. لا, not من يرث, because it could be the زوج. وجود صاحبة النصف. وجود بنت واحدة أو صاحبة النصف, same thing. صاحبة النصف is someone that gets a nisf. لكن بنت, let's call it بنت because صاحبة النصف could be أخت شقيقة. بنت, وجود بنت ترث النصف. ترث النصف. Any other conditions? Any other conditions? لا? These two conditions. عدم المعصب. طيب, صورة المسألة بنت ابن. Who's going to give me صورة المسألة quickly? بنت ابن. بنت. خلاص. بنت gets half here, صح? Because she fulfills the conditions. She gets a sudus here. Why does she get sudus? Conditions are fulfilled. Is there anyone else that gets أخ إخوة لأم? أخ لأم. أخ لأم. لا, أخ لأم. One. ها؟ نعم, أخ أو أخت. أخ أو أخت. Yeah, you're right. ها؟ ها؟ Yeah, أخ لأم, or it could be أخت لأم. خلاص? What are their conditions لكن? أن يكون منفردا. أن يكون منفردا. عدم فرع وارث. عدم الأصل من الذكور. Three conditions, صح؟ طيب. The person has to be on أخ لأم أو أخت لأم. They have to be on their own first and foremost. مثلا أخ لأم. You know who أخ لأم is? We talked about earlier on سورة المسألة. عدم فرع وارث. There can't be ibn or a bint. There can't be an ibn or a bint. Okay? Remember, with certain people, we were saying if there's an ibn, they're taken out totally, but if there's a bint, they still inherit. Here, it's not the same. The akh li or the ukht li even if there's a bint, they get taken out of the inheritance. They don't inherit anything. And the third condition was what? There's no asl min adak. There can't be an ab or a jad. An ab or a jad. And these are the four conditions. So the first, these are 1, 2, and 3. So with these three conditions, the akh li or the ukht li gets a sudus. They have to be on their own. Fine. Any more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. أخت لأب. طيب. أخت لأب. أخت لأب. What is the condition for the أخت لأب to get a sudus? عدم المعصب. عدم المعصب. and وجود عدم المشاركة. عدم أخت شقيقة, صح؟ نعم, وجود أخت شقيقة, صحيح. وجود أخت شقيقة Like in that, yeah, she has to inherit half. ترث النصف. طيب. There's other conditions, isn't it? Yeah. There has to be other conditions. Half brother, half sister. No, we talk about half sister. No, about the presence of a sister who inherits half. No, there should be also Adam. Or طيب, these four conditions. There can't be a mu'assib of hers, someone who's on the same level as hers, a brother of hers. طيب, because he now takes her from sudus to what? Ta'asib. They take the baqi. There has to be a sister that inherits half. And she is obviously a full sister. The full sister has to inherit half, and whatever is left, she gets. So we don't say here, because she's with ukh shaqiqa, that they get thuluthan. We don't say they get thuluthan. And Adam far'u warith and Adamu, there's no child. Huh? So there should be 5 conditions. Adam wujud musharika. Wujud musharika, huh? Huh? نعم. عدم مشاركة. عدم المشاركة. طيب. عدم المشاركة. لا, even if they are, they share sudus, the sudus. ها؟ لا. أخت شقيقة. أخت لأب. and أخت لأب. أخت شقيقة gets what? These two get what? Sudus. So عدم المشاركة is not in there. Now, if there's he blocks her. If there's a son there, he blocks her from the inheritance, doesn't he? Sahih, what's written is only 2 conditions for her. Like in these 2 conditions are not only for her to inherit sudus, like in she doesn't even inherit at all. مثلا, if we take these 2 conditions out, yeah, we're going to get مثلا, we're going to get أخت لأب and ibn. Does she get anything? لا. That's Adam far'u warith. طيب. But if he's not there, she's on course to get what? Sudus. طيب. Here, ab. Again, does she get sudus? No, she's not even involved in mas'ala. So these 2 conditions, although they're not written, I can just add them on there, inshallah. Huh? Yeah, it shows that the sister is on her own. Adam and Ab. Type. Naam, it shows that she's on her own. This, you mean this one? Ukh shaqiqa. Ukh shaqiqa has to be on her own. If there are 2 ukht shaqiqas, ukht and ukht li'ab. See this? If there was that, okay, she's blocked because these 2 get 2/3 and they block her from getting anything. But the condition here is that there's only one of them. There's only one ukht shaqiqa. And that one ukht shaqiqa, she gets what? Nisf. And whatever was left was what? The sudus. طيب. So these are the people that inherit how what? Sudus. Go on. Huh? In the book? What are you checking? Sahih. صحيح. For her to get a sudus, لكن whether you mention these two or not, they still have to be met. طيب, take these out. Take these two conditions out, yeah? You have a mas'ala. You have a mas'ala, ibn and ukht li'ab. طيب, what does she get? Does she get sudus? Does she get half? Nothing. طيب, huh? She's blocked. Take him out, put an ab there. If you don't see in any of the conditions, in any of the books, maybe it's because they think it's expected to understand. Especially since you've already studied with the half, that furthermore, for her to get half, which is more, half or sudus? Half. For her to get half, a condition is what? There's no father and there's no far'a warith, صح? Right. For her to get whatever is less, min babi awla. طيب. So if you want, you can leave these conditions out. You can leave it out, leave it as it is now. But nevertheless, you're still going to bear that in mind. You're still going to have to think about that. And you can't give her here, you can't say, مثلا, well, let's fulfill the rest of the conditions. Okay, there's Adam al-Ma'asib, there's no akhli wa ab, صح? And there's wujud sahibat al-nisf. There's wujud ukht shaqiqa. What does the ukht li-ab get here? Huh? She's blocked. Khalas. Furthermore, this one doesn't even get anything, the shaqiqa. So that could... Daruri, for her to get anything. Otherwise she's blocked. Remember, we'll leave Hajj for now. طيب, what's the next bab? Ashab al-Furud, we've completed that. What's the next bab? Huh? ميراث الأولاد. لا ميراث الأولاد. Okay. ميراث الأولاد أبناء فقط. If there's only sons, a person dies, he only leaves sons. Who inherits? All of the sons inherit. Forget about Tafsil Mas'ala now. All of the sons inherit. Right. The next one is what? Banat faqad. All. Banat faqad, they get what? You can say thuluthan and baqi, or you can say baqi. If there's only them. Right. Next mas'ala is what? Huh? The first one is just bint. طيب, we do the third one, bint. Bint wahida, صح? Wahida. What does she get? باقي or جميع المال. The fourth scenario. So now what we've done is, in these scenarios, a person dies and he leaves behind sons only. خلاص, we distribute it amongst them. 5 sons, we distribute the wealth into what? Into 5, خلاص. If there's banat faqad, daughters only, let's say he leaves behind 3 daughters, we split the wealth into what? Into 3, because there's no one else to inherit with them. What about if he leaves behind 1 daughter? خلاص, just like if he leaves behind 1 son. Right. The fourth scenario. Huh? Bint. أبناء بنات. أبناء وبنات. If a person leaves behind sons and daughters, only them. طبعا, first and foremost, they inherit. However, للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين. So here, pay attention. An ibn and a bint. There's only 2 of them, صح? There's only 2 human beings, right? What are we going to split the wealth into? Into 3 shares. Where did you get? I understand there's one here, one person here, and one person here. Where did you get the extra person from? Ibn. You give it to him twice. للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين. A son and a daughter on the same level. طيب. And that same قاعدة principle applies even if there's 5 sons and 1 daughter. 5 sons and 1 daughter. So مثلا ابن and bint. What do we split the wealth into? 7. Why? Because you get 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 1. طيب. Yeah, صح. She's عدم المعصب. Confused about what part? Who's meant to block her? Nah, he blocks her from what? صح, you're right, he blocks her, but blocks her from what? Nisf. Have we given her nisf here? لا. Have we given her thuluthan here? لا. We've said we're going to distribute the wealth amongst you, like in the son or the male gets double. طيب. The 5th surah. Huh? Yeah. So you get sons or daughters, sons and daughters, with a person that is meant to inherit what? A certain portion. What do we do? مثلا ibn and bint. What does the get here? Sudus. So and when we give her her sudus, her share, 1 share, huh? When we give her her 1 share, they get whatever is left. We're going to leave that masala for now, the taqsil masala and so on. Lakin, give the sahib al-faqd his faqd, give the person who's entitled to a faqd, give him his right. Whatever is left, you distribute amongst the sons and the daughters, or whoever is present. There should be another one in it. No? Khalas. Yeah, that's it, khalas. So these are the sons and daughters. Huh? Ibn, and Ibn, huh? Ibn. Huh? Oh, no, these are just examples. Shuf, look. The examples are many. You can give maybe 10 examples for each one. Just understand the principle. Understand the principle and what you're meant to do. Okay? So here you've got Ibn, and Ibn. Who takes wealth? The Ibn. Khalas. Sisters. Brothers and sisters, the exact same thing applies here, does it not? Exactly the same thing. Brothers and sisters, you apply the same principle here. For example, let's say there's only a person dies and he leaves behind 5 ikhwa shiqa. What do you do? Share the wealth. You split it between those 5 into 5. Or a person leaves 5 akhawat shaqiqat. What do you do? They're the only ones in the masala. Khalas, they take everything, but you split it up amongst them equally. Right. Here you've got a bint, or يعني 1 ukht shaqiqa. 1 ukht shaqiqa, she gets what? جميع المال. She gets everything. A man dies, he leaves behind 1 full sister. She gets what? Everything. بنات and أبناء. مثلا إخوة and أخوات. If there are brothers and sisters, what do you do? مثلا أخ شقيق أخت شقيقة. What do you do? Give everything to them, صح? لكن how do you do it? نعم. So the male gets 2 portions and he gets double the female. طيب. What about if there's a person who's entitled to a fard, a certain amount? مثلا الجدة أخ شقيق. What do we do here? we give her sudus, and then what? Baqi. They share the baqi equally because there's two brothers. If one of them was ukht shaqiqa, would split it into 3. Double. Khalas. What's the next title? Topic. We've done that, eh? Yeah. Okay, let's move over to Asaba. Ikhwa al-Umm, we've done that. Did we not do Ikhwa al-Umm? You know the Mudhakkara, yeah? Remember, there were 2 ways that I said the scholars inherit in Fara'id. Either they mentioned the fard, the actual fard, and then they say whoever inherits half, whoever inherits sudus, and so on. What was the second type? They mentioned the individual, Zawj, Ibn, Ukht, and so on. Okay? The first Mudhakkara that you've got, the first part of the Mudhakkara is this. It just mentions to you who inherits. And the second part is individual. So you've got the best of both worlds. So we don't need to go through this because we've already what? We've already studied the first one. So for example, so you know on page 20 and 21, sure, 20 and 21 is this. Page 20 and 21. You should have sudus on there, thuluth, thuluthan, and so on. Do you not have that on there? You have it on there. Sah, khalas. Anything after that, for the following, maybe, hold on. Khalas, from page 20, no, from page 22 to 38. This tariqah, 22 to 38. Is that understood? So what I would recommend is that you first understand this, memorize the pictures, picture the conditions, memorize the conditions, then khalas, move over to this. From page 22 to 21. 21 makes it easy for you. You've got a table. Then 22 and 38, here you get examples. The benefit of 22 to 38 is that you've got examples here. But you've got both ways. Let's quickly move over to Asaba. Right. Remember we talked about 2 ways of inheriting. What's the first way? Bil fard. Like 2 ways of inheriting. The first was fard, where you're given a set portion. We've studied it. We've already studied it. The second is you're not given a specific portion, but you inherit. You're from those people that inherit, but you're not given a specific portion. And they are normally the male relatives of the deceased. The male relatives of the deceased. And if you know how tribes work, okay, in certain cultures they have tribes. Like the Arabs, the way the Arabs have the culture, the tribes, the tribal system is exactly who the Asaba are. The tribal system is who the Asaba are. And the Asaba are of 3 types. Asabatu bin nafs. Asabatun bin nafs. The second, asabatun bil ghayr, and asabatun ma'a al ghayr. They're of 3 types. Asaba is of 3 types. Asabatun bin nafs, these are literally the male relatives of the person that's just died. It could be his son, his brother, his full brother, his half brother, his father, his grandfather, his uncle, the sons of his uncle. Okay? If you go back to the beginning of the book, you see the inheritors from the male, okay, from the men. There's only two people that this doesn't include. Who can mention them? Zawj and Akh li-um. Zawj is male, lakin he's not from the Asabut bin Nafs. He's related to the deceased through nikah. And the next is what? Akh li-um, your half brother from your mother's side. He's male, he's a man, lakin he's not from the Asabut bin Nafs. Right. Asabut bin Nafs, they have their own ahkam. And a hadith combines them. ألحقوا الفرائض بأهلها فما أبقت الفروض فلأولى رجل ذكر. Basically, they get whatever. All of that ba you've been seeing. Remember, on so many occasions you've seen ba. These are the people that get ba. These are the people that get ba. So that's the first hukum. That they get what? They get whatever is remaining. Right. The other hukum that the hadith shows is that if there's nothing left, then they what? Then they get nothing. If there's nothing left over, they get nothing. For example, Zawj, Ukht Shaqiqa, and Am. Who's Asaba here and who's not? The Am is the only Asaba here. But does he inherit here? No. Because she gets a nisf, she gets a nisf, he gets a nisf. The Zawj takes half of the wealth and the Ukht Shaqiqa says, I want half of the wealth. There just happens to be nothing left for the Am. So he goes away without being given anything. However, if there was no Ukht Shaqiqa here, what happens here? He gets the baqi, whatever it is. Whatever it is. It could be a lot, it could be little. For example, if you get a Jadda and Am, what does the Jadda get here? Sudus. The Am? Baqi. So when you split it into 6, she only gets 1 and he gets 5, sah? Here he's taken the bare minimum, but here he's taken 5 shares of 6. So the Asaba, they get whatever is left. So they can get a little amount, or they can get more, or they can get nothing. They are the Asaba bin Nafs. Then the next star, or the next type is the Asaba. Carry on. Jihad. طيب. There's something called jihad. لا ترتيب. We said the Asaba, they get what? And this is the last topic we're going to study for today. The Asaba, they get what? Baqi. However, we might get more than one Asaba. For example, we can get Ab, Jad, Ibn, Am, Ibn Am, Akh Shaqiq, Akh Li'ab. All of these are Asaba, sah? So based on what you've studied already, these people, all of these people get what? The Baqi. Khalas. So how are we going to split it? That's what they all get, sah? However, it means that each individual is entitled to the Baqi. But there are still conditions that need to be met. Okay? How do we give them precedence over one another? We follow a tartib. 3 things. Number 1 is what? Jiha, Daraja. Excellent. We follow this framework. This helps us to decrease the number of people that will inherit here. Okay, so let's work with this. Jiha first. In terms of jiha, what order do we give people? Bunuwatun, ubuwatun, ukhuwatun, umumatun, الولاء. طيب الولاء. This tartib is literally how close everyone is to you. Your son is closer to you than your father. So they say. Your father is closer to you than your brother. Your brothers are closer to you than your uncles. And your uncle is obviously closer to you than the person that freed you when you was a slave. صح? خلاص. So this is jiha. So this is what is being referred to by jiha. Now, based on what you've learnt now about the jiha, I want you to eliminate some of these people based on jiha. Hold on. Huh? The am, you take him out. Who else? The akh, you take him out. Who else? Huh? Ibn am. Ibn am. Excellent. La. Does he not come to you from your bunuwa? La, shuf. We're coming to this. We're following the framework. Okay, you can't get rid of everyone in one go. Right? The jiha, whoever comes to you from your son's side or your children, they stay in the picture. Whoever comes to you from your father's side, they always stay in the picture. So these two, bunuwa and ubuwa, cannot be eliminated because of jiha. Impossible. But your ukhuwa and umuma, all of these, they can be eliminated. Hence we have taken them out the picture. Okay. So now, based on this jiha, we've got people coming from the sons or the children's descendants and your father's side. So we can't differentiate between them using jiha, can we? Lakin we can do so using daraja, level. Who's closer to you? Your ibn or your ibn? Huh? Your ibn is closer to you, so we take him out. Who's closer, your grandson or your son? Right. Who's closer to you, your father or your grandfather? Your father, so we take the grandfather out of the way. But these two, the Jad and the Ibn, have we eliminated them due to jiha or due to daraja? So you're close, but you're just not as close. So we take them out again. Okay. So this is the final now. We've got how many people? 2 people. Quwwa. However, with quwwa, the only way that this can apply is that you say the father gets a fard and the son gets a baqi. With the quwwa, you can't eliminate any of them. They're both close to you. You can't eliminate bunuwa and ubuwa. There's no way of eliminating both. Lakin how we deal with it is, and we rectify that, is that we give the ibn whatever is left and we give the father a sudus. Right. So that is with regards to the daraja. Lakin, imagine there's only, مثلا, there's akh shaqiq and akh li'ab. Which one can we eliminate? How can we eliminate them? Quwwa. Because jiha, they're both coming to you from your sibling side, brother side. Also daraja, are they not on the same level? They're on the same level. But this is where quwwa comes into it. And quwwa, ay aqrab. Who's aqrab to you? Who's closer to you? Who's closer to you? Your full brother or your half brother? Khalas. So we take this individual out and we give the akh shaqiq. Quwwa or daraja also applies with, or jiha, akh shaqiq and your am, your uncle and your half brother. Which of these levels takes them out? Jiha. Which jiha stays? Ukhuwa. And which one is deleted? Umuma. طيب. You've got here Jad and Am. With what? Jiha, Quwwa or Daraja? Jiha. Ubuwa muqaddama ala al-umuma. Jiha takes precedence, the Ubuwa takes precedence. Okay. What about Akh, Shaqiq and Ibn? Jiha. The jiha of your sons. طيب. Any questions on this? لا, ubuwa and bunuwa, they can never get blocked. Your son and your ab, they can never be blocked. But ubuwa as in jad, yes, he can be blocked. Bunuwa as in ibn, yes, he can be blocked. Because of the ibn. By a direct father or a direct son. Any questions? Your male cousin, your male cousin comes under umuma. How is he related to you? Through your uncle. Umuma. مثلا. That's a good point. You've got am. And you've got ibn am. Your uncle and his son are both alive. How are you going to differentiate between them? It can't be jihad because they're coming at you from the hawashi, from the am side. It can be daraja or it can be quwwa. Like in daraja is higher because he's closer to you technically, but he's on also a higher level. Right. Any other questions? Sisters, any questions? No. The what? Just said this, they always inherit. It's impossible to have nothing left. Just take that as a qa'id. It is impossible for us to say to the father, go away. Unless he's a kafir, unless he's a slave, unless he killed the person that is inheriting. Same thing. It's impossible to say to the son, go away. Empty-handed. Huh? Sah. I believe it was Bintan. Let's see if I remember. Zawja. And there was Ibn, was that it? Was there an ab in there? No, there can't have been. Okay, ab. Khalas, we put an ab there. Is there someone else? Zawja, doesn't matter too. Right? Was that it, yeah? Two banat, a zawja, an ibn, an and ab, sah? طيب. Here, the bintan, they get what? Thuluthan. Zawja, sumun. Sudus. Ab, sudus. أصل المسألة أكبر 20. These two, 16. That, 3. 4. What is that? Add these up. 27. 27, صح? 27. Add these up. 27. That's awl. Okay? Go by the qaida of asaba. They get whatever is baqi. Is there anything left for them here? No. No, there's nothing left. The question that may arise, but you said the bunuwa doesn't get blocked. It's true. We haven't blocked bunuwa. We've given the banat their wealth, whatever they're entitled to. It just so happens that the ibn, there's nothing left for him, number one. There's nothing left for him to inherit. And also, we haven't left out bunuwa because we've given bunuwa, the daughters, their inheritance. And we'll end on that note, inshallah. We'll carry on next week with asabatu bin nafs, inshallah.
وقل رب زدني علما